Hello and welcome to the DVD commentary of the Tomorrow People. This story is called The Dirtiest Business. My name is Peter Vaughan Clark. I used to be in the Tomorrow People, but not anymore. So in the studio today we have Mr. Nicholas Young.
Hello.
And Mr. Michael Holloway.
Hello.
Right.
Well, so we're going into exterior filming again.
Exterior. Looks
Yep.
like Piccadilly Circus.
Very good.
And Peter is, in fact, just off camera here, pleading with the director, even though it's too late.
I must say to everyone, I did take it quite well, didn't I, lads?
Very well.
Very well indeed. I only cried once. Bounding the doors outside Thames Television.
I think you were outside the rehearsal room every day, weren't you?
I just came to sue for lunch.
Letting the air out.
Now, this girl here...
Tasty bit of stuff, this
Oh,
girl.
Pavla.
Yes.
Now.
Did you know you can buy on the internet?
No, I didn't.
Centerfold
Of this girl?
Playboy of this girl.
Oh,
Where?
really?
Where?
Yes.
Where? eBay? Where?
It could be on eBay. I'm not sure.
Do you have a copy?
I don't, so I'm going to go later on and look for it. I only
Thank you.
found out
Yes.
this
Well,
morning.
when you get it,
How did you find
email
out?
it to me.
I had a very good source.
Yes. I won't ask where you put it. Yes. No, I must say I was a bit in love with this girl. I thought she was gorgeous, but sadly she had no taste at all and fancied Mike.
Anulka, isn't it?
Do you remember that, Mike?
Do I remember
she had
that?
the
Well, you're the love interest, Mike,
Yes.
in this.
She
You're
had the hots for him and not for
Yes.
me, which I thought was disgraceful.
See, a lot
No,
of
she was
night
nice looking
shooting
girl.
with all this in the middle of London.
Yes, she lived in Chelsea, I'm sure.
I think she had a rich boyfriend, didn't she?
But she's got a Russian name, a surname.
It was-
Oh, yes, Dubinska.
Dubinska, yeah.
Not sure it's Russian, Dubinska.
Oh, no, sounds it.
But it certainly added that sexual quality to
Isn't
the...
it Polish, Dubinska?
Oh, you're right. It's
And
Polish.
the ska,
But she
the
speaks
ska is feminine
frightfully
and the
like that,
ski is
actually.
masculine. Yes, well...
She's got quite a frightfully good accent for a Russian.
Oh. And how many episodes are there on this one, too?
There's two.
Oh, right.
And this episode is called A Spy is Born.
Yeah, you seem
That's
to
right.
be considerably more conversant with the episodes you're not in than the ones you were in.
Yes, funny enough, I had to do some homework on this particular.
did you? Yes.
episode,
This is the one he was reading last night.
Because you've never bothered to watch it. I
A
wonder
Spy is
why.
Born, and the next episode called A Spy has Died. You see, so
Here we are again with this.
Tim's balls are flashing.
yeah.
We should try and get our throws in sync with one another, and we're not. I'm
No,
going
this is
one
just
way and you're
noise
going the other.
hurting.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no-
is
so
it?
you're being
There's no set
pained.
shaking, no. Oh, we've been burgled.
Oh, this is the organisation called CIS, isn't it?
CIS, yes, right.
And that's Vivian Heilbron.
Oh, I remember.
And that's Vernon Dobchek or something. What's his name?
His name is Gabor Vernon.
Gabor Vernon, that's right. Another. He was always playing Russians
His Jan.
in those days.
I can't even pronounce this name.
Don't know who that guy. I don't know who that guy was.
Jan someone. Monoutsky. I think they picked him because they had Russian names, maybe.
Well, it is encouraging.
On street all night.
I mean, he really is off ham, isn't he? Really, this one. I am Russian.
I am a Russian.
I'm a Russian. Thing is, what part of Russia do you think he came from?
I don't think he was Russian, as I say. Oh, Gabor. I think Gabor Vernon probably was, but this guy's Polish.
Nothing, Comrade General. And we shall have the girl back.
He's a big
It's
chap.
only matter of time.
No, the risk is too great.
Do you remember any of these episodes at all? Do you have a?
I do remember genuinely these two because I fancied the
Yeah,
hell out
that's
of-
pretty obvious in the episodes. Actually, you do quite well. You go
Mike,
disco dancing and.
as you fancied her and she fancied you, tell us what happened.
Ah, well, that's a book that we're going to write with Jason a little later on.
Is it? It is.
But you won't find the pictures of
Wasn't called
that
Cat.
on eBay.
Oh, really? Oh, we can use airbrushing. I think there's a way of doing it.
And the book's going to be Carry On Up the Khyber too, is it? Something?
What are you implying, Nick? You think? Well, for her to go to Playboy, I think she must have done quite well.
Yes, indeed.
Look at her centre.
And where did she go from there?
I really don't know. I'll check it out later on.
You should.
Anyway, she was very nice. And I think this had a good through thread as well, if I remember.
It was
a
a very
good
popular
story.
one with the fans.
Yes.
Very popular.
But
because,
some people were upset because she was a Tomorrow person and she was killed.
don't ruin the end.
I must say I'd have preferred it if she'd stuck around, but there we are.
She should have been your fourth Tomorrow person. There's only 3 of you in it at the moment, isn't there?
Oh, that I don't know.
I think it's just you, Liz, and Mike. Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, right.
Oh, I wonder why. So who's missing now then? Oh, of course.
Nigel's got to come in.
Nigel's got to come in. Peter Vaughan Clark, whoever he was.
Whoever that was, yes,
And then Tyso.
Dean, of course.
It's Dean Lawrence. Yes.
Dean, yes. So me and Dean went, and then it left with you three. Then Sutai comes in.
But at least you went authoritatively. I mean, poor Dean. I mean, it just didn't even...
It did look pretty obvious, didn't it? Watching it then. I mean, it was
extraordinary.
What do you mean he went? I mean, we don't mention him, do we? Isn't Peter airbrushed, the kind of phrase, airbrushed out of the series? I mean, do we actually say what happened to him or not?
They don't.
Anybody know?
This is the one after it, isn't it? So there's no actual.
So there ought to be some mention.
No, we don't do it after the trick.
Of who's that actor standing behind the camera there? We should have said.
Yes.
What have you done with Pavla Vlasova? What? Who? Pavla Vlasova, the Russian girl.
So while this is banging on,
Yeah.
you know, obviously the storyline is pretty obvious, isn't it? They are chasing old Pavla. Mike, what are you up to these days?
These days, I've got a successful mobility and outdoor life company, which involves golf buggies and golfing recreational equipment, which is very successful. And I also produce now and then.
Lovely.
I've got my own rock and roll show, and I've got my own musical that I
like tours?
push around.
Yeah.
Just do one-nighters.
Yeah.
And difficult to do touring, as we were talking off mic earlier, nowadays, to put tours together because the bigger theatres are difficult to book. But I enjoy doing provincial tours with the show, whether it's one-weekers or whether it's one-nighters. Still enjoy doing it.
Right.
So you
that's
still enjoy one-night stands?
I enjoy one-night stands.
You're a very happily married man, aren't you, with your kids?
But
and
getting
things?
back to Anna Dubinska.
Absolutely. But a very good question. Very good question.
Do you want to give him the tenner now, then can I get it over with?
Yes, it's actually lying on the control desk. There's a load of
I've got
money
the
out there.
As long as it's not a rubble check, I don't mind.
The government promised us immunity, promised us we'd be left alone.
I don't understand, because they might have come up in the previous episodes in the future. Who are this lot? This is
This
kind
is
of like
SIS. This is
SIS?
Special Intelligence Service. And there are
So like Tomorrow
shady...
people?
No. A shady secret government organisation somewhere between MI5 and MI6 and the
I
SAS.
see.
But they could have made a lot more of Anuka coming out as a Tomorrow person, and in future episodes that could have been very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a shame they killed her off, actually. I mean,
Yes.
I think
we shouldn't say they killed her off,
No.
because
I think she should have attempted to seduce John. I think this is the way
Here
the
he
plot should have
goes.
gone. And then
yes,
perhaps-
Mike's definitely the love interest in this storyline.
I mean, it's ridiculous, because Mike was far too young for her.
Not
You were a
at
mere
all.
child. How old were you in this episode? 13?
I was actually 14.
14?
Yes.
You see, I was over
She
the age
taught
of
me a thing or
consent,
two.
and you weren't.
Oh, well.
God, I got dandruff there.
Yes,
didn't I?
look.
Oh, you have?
It's
You
terrible.
have got dandruff there. She wouldn't have liked that. No, that's why she liked me.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah. Subtle difference, that's all it was.
Yeah. So in other words, you were a toy boy, really. I mean, she was
I was.
cradle snatching, wasn't she?
Abs-
Because
and
how
I-
old was she at the time?
And I'm pleased. What?
How old was she at the time?
She must have been, what, 24?
Well, it's
25?
disgraceful. I mean, it's just outrageous.
I think it's wonderful.
Which episodes would you have preferred acting in and being in? Do you think the ones set on Earth all the time, or up in space?
Personally, I think I like the one like we've just seen, actually, although it was a
Where
bit
it's
ahead
up
of
to-
No,
time.
you haven't seen it
Where
yet,
it
Mike.
was-
You haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen that one, yes. I mean, the one you do in the future.
You've travelled in time. Yes. The one we do next.
I'm a clever Tomorrow person. you
The
see.
one we do next. Yes, where we're
No,
on
I
another
enjoyed
planet.
the ones where you've got a bit of
Where there's a bit more going on.
a bit more going on, a bit more action, a bit more human contact, a bit more drive.
This is all basically set on Earth all the time in this.
He likes the ones that are a bit less down to earth, in fact.
She ran away from the KGB.
Yes, it's
Yes, less down to earth.
less.
In other words, not on earth at all.
No. Ah,
Ah,
they got another one, eh?
Pavla, where do you think she's gone?
She will stick to the center of London.
Another map.
It is where the excitement's supposed to be. She's
Yes, of course,
See,
Russians
there's
don't like
more. There's
excitement.
more in Russia, is there, mate? I think
Yeah,
not.
but they're communists. They don't like excitement.
Of course, this was all Cold War period,
It
wasn't
was, yes.
Now that the SIS know where the lab is, Tim, is there anything
And do you
we
remember
can
this,
to
Nick? Do you
protect
remember this
ourselves from
episode?
the future?
Not hugely. I remember Anna. But I mean, the SIS guy is Trevor Bannister, who we've already met in an earlier episode, don't you remember? With
Yeah.
Professor, what was his name?
Not Corsten, no.
Colston.
No, Colonel Masters.
Yeah, that's... Here, I'm just telling you who they are. Here we are, listen.
Obviously, with what we can do, they'd dearly love us to work for them. The intelligence services...
You've got rid of that brown jacket, Nick.
Yes,
Nick, anyway.
I remember this shirt, actually. It was almost a cowboy shirt. Something to burst into a cowboy country and western song.
No, Mike, you couldn't. We can't kill, remember? And
Oh,
we
every
don't get
damn
involved
episode
in
we say that.
any country, not even our own.
You're getting the message across.
Yes.
It's a good message for children, you see.
It is.
Do not kill.
And also, as John has said, made it impossible for you to kill or do anything that might lead to people getting harmed.
There are a few telepaths working for the intelligence services, like this Russian girl for the KGB and Major Tuck.
Was it easier to do 2 episodes rather than doing 3 for 4? Was it a lot easier to act in it, to keep your head round it?
It wasn't any different from when you were in the show.
Well, we used to do
Two back to back, didn't we?
2, but the storyline, there's only 2 in this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
Well-
was it easier to kind of like, you could actually kind of like get your head around the story rather than getting 4 scripts dumped on you, and then you can like just look up your lines
Probably is
and
easier.
close-ups?
How did you find it to get your head round things, Peter?
How did
How did you get your head
How did I
round
get
things,
my
Nick?
head round? Well,
I think you would have found
I
it
didn't
easier.
do too well at the end, did
No,
I?
indeed. I think you would have found it easier to do probably 1 episode at a time, wouldn't you?
Meow.
No, I mean, it depends on the stories. This is my answer to that. Some stories would stretch to 4 and others wouldn't.
Right.
Clearly, there are episodes here that could have had, the 4, and it would have been very interesting. And,
To stretch it out so much. Now, this girl here is Gaynor Ward.
Now, yes, where has she come
Now,
up
why do I know
recently?
her name?
Yes,
Well,
why?
perhaps you better not look into that.
I don't know if she was married to Jack Wilde.
Oh, is that right?
So it was Gaynor Hodge, and she's a singer.
Now, Liz still has the wig on. That's interesting. I thought that had gone by now.
No, she's not all the way through this.
I know a place where you could get a bed and a meal for the night if you're prepared to.
I wonder if that was a bit
no
of a hassle
druggies.
for
She
her.
doesn't want any druggies, this one. They're clean
Is that where
hippies.
you go?
No. Me and some friends have got a squat going.
Ah, yes, that's quite.
What?
She's actually called Hippie Girl in the credits.
No, I didn't think you were. Maybe you could come to our squat then. We're trying to keep out the junkheads and droppers, you see. But if you don't
Ah, another message for children. you
Exactly,
think?
Yes.
don't just say no.
Nowadays,
very
it's almost
good.
obligatory.
You haven't taken anyone else in the last couple of days, have you?
such as.
Well, a teenage girl. A foreigner, maybe.
I know what you are, stinking cock.
Rosa.
Rosa, yes.
This high, blue eyes.
Of course, Nick, you come across in this very Nigel Pegramish soon.
Do I? What do I do?
I'd love to tell you, but
Wait and see.
Here are
it will ruin the
Here are the
effect.
roses. Hello, 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 wherever we are.
Evening all.
Come back here.
If you don't behave yourself, you'll feel my
Have you
attention.
noticed the extras are talking now?
Bill,
Well, they're not
paying for them
extras.
to
No, it's
talk.
not extras. He's got some dialogue here.
Yes, he's even got a credit.
The other guy's not going to speak, the one with the tash.
I was just going
He shouldn't be allowed to.
Nice policeman, non-speaking policeman.
Don't let me catch you hanging about round here again then, son. You go off home now.
I don't know what kind of alley they've chosen in Soho for that.
And I suppose you've seen a foreign girl about by any chance, have you?
Hundreds of them. Foreign au pair girls, foreign student girls. All of them after older meat than you, sonny.
Oh,
Oh.
You and disappear.
so you're after a bit, are you, mate?
Yeah. What
It's impossible.
what's going on, Gov? Yeah. Is he a magician?
Oh, well. Nearly
Yeah, he
knocking
spoke.
off time. Come on.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't speak.
They
that
paid for 2 policemen.
No, only the one bloke spoke. One with the tash didn't speak at all. Oh, yes, I'm playing the drunk, aren't I?
Yes.
Oh, I remember now.
This
yeah.
is Nick.
Sorry, mate. Looking for a friend.
That's a brilliant performance.
Now, Nick, how
Brilliant
did you... how did you...
Closest time.
What did you think
What
about
did you
that
think you were
costume?
going to go around asking for a young blonde girl dressed like that?
No chance of a... No, I suppose, no.
I wonder what she's doing now.
Who?
Anuka. Yeah.
Well, I think Peter told you, didn't he?
No, I mean now today. Playboy days are over.
Yeah.
A couple of staples in her stomach.
Sound like a loud.
I don't know where I got the information. I hope I'm right.
So do I.
She's going to do you for slander
Do
now.
me for slander, yes. No, I would like to appear in
You
Playboy.
should have spoken to your lawyer before you wrote that down on your notes.
I think I've got enough problems on it.
Yes, sir.
This is the
Certainly
old
will.
jacket ploy. What are you doing with
Sure,
a
it was
jacket?
Playboy and not big ones. I mean, which is your favourite magazine?
On to another
The
question.
answer is I've never heard of the magazine, big ones.
Where did you get this coat?
What coat?
This coat. Where did you get it?
The This Coat Kid.
When?
When you were Mike, when you were doing this, and because you were going to be launched as the new pop sensation,
Yeah.
and obviously your drumming was a major part of your life at that time.
Yeah.
How did you take the pressure of all that at that age? You know, being
To be honest, Peter, that is a really good and kind question because not many people ask it. And the answer is that at times I found it overpowering.
I bet, yeah.
I needed a corner to sort of run away and hide
Well,
in
you were on front
sometimes.
covers of loads of magazines because me and Nick used to be. Well, I was there, and Nick used to be. You were on front covers, Nick. weren't you?
Indeed.
Oh,
yeah.
many a time and off.
Yes,
Yeah.
But I mean,
Mates and
you know,
Fab 208 and all that lot.
It was a long. It was a 3-year
But you went through the mill.
launch.
You did go through the
and
mill. I
the
remember
pop
that.
mill and the pop concerts and the Scream Age thing and never knowing when, you know, whether you're going to get home or not. You know, getting out of stage doors. I know it sounds crazy, but you know, we'd
But it
be
must have
rushed-
given you a good grounding. I mean, you're
Yes.
well grounded now, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
obviously helped you, but it must have been quite spooky and.
As we were saying earlier off camera about Michael Praed, who's a lovely guy, you have certain experiences in life that people can never take away from you, and they live with you forever, and they're great. They're brilliant. They're little oases, you know. They're there,
Yeah.
and some of them are great, some of them not so good, but you mix them all up and just pull on life's experience.
Yeah.
But at times I think you can draw a line on
Yeah.
it yourself.
I mean, do you miss it
found
now? Do you miss all
overpowering.
that kind of mad adulation and the madness of it all?
I don't miss that. What I do miss, though, is the vehicle in which you can just, you know, do what you enjoy
Yeah.
constantly, which with me is music.
Yeah.
You know, I do miss that because that as a vehicle, you know, 7 days a week would be wonderful.
Yeah.
But it's not a perfect world.
Yeah. No, this is very true. Well, you never know.
You never know. We
never
could
know.
form
Things
the
could be
Tour people.
Exactly.
Rock
Nick
group.
likes a bit of music, don't you, Nick?
Yeah,
You could...
well, we've just done a bit of busking over there.
That's true,
We
yes.
could- yes. And here she is, you see.
Yeah, vision of loveliness.
I can take care of myself. I'm a telepath like you. Run for it, run. They'll
She's
kill
very
you.
pretty, isn't she?
Gorgeous.
But unfortunately,
Well,
they
as-
just keep her in that rather baggy outfit.
Well, as one Scotsman said to the other, I could lend her one.
I thought I was going to flash then. Oh.
And you couldn't find her again.
You've got a bit of a quiff going on here, Nick.
Yes, I thought the hair was a bit funny. It's very odd, isn't it?
Maybe
what with the
Elvis had a
yeah,
bit
the
of a-
country and western shirt as well.
He's going.
I wonder why Pavel didn't answer.
Maybe this was you working on the pop image, but then backed off.
She's never seen
Possibly,
it.
yeah.
Scared the heck out of her.
Maybe she thinks you're with the SIS. I mean, if she's with the...
Seems strange only having 3 Tomorrow people round Tim, doesn't
Weird,
it?
weird.
Well, we did that for a while.
That
After the
hair is
episode.
extraordinary, isn't it? It's quite
Yes.
different.
It's not very good, though, is it?
Well, perhaps the fashion by the time we got to there was for shorter hair. I don't know. I'd just been out disguised as a tramp. Maybe that's why my hair's looking a bit of a mess.
Didn't have time to
Here comes
try.
the milkman with the...
So I thought this
The
was you,
old-
Nick,
the old-
actually. I actually thought, here we go, another costume.
Well, perhaps it was it?
No.
With the old milk bottles there.
Ah, now this music, I think this is Flintlock. No, it can't be. There's a music background in it. I'm sure it's Flintlock.
Yeah, that's quite musical. What are you talking about?
That's, no, that's not good enough for us.
Oh, what's she doing here?
She's stealing the milk.
She's living in the streets of London,
Yes, that's
roughing it.
And
It looks like here.
Do you make the radio broadcasts that are transmitted to Russia?
Some of them, yes.
I'd like you to send a message to my parents.
She's got the old accent off, hasn't she?
what accent?
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she's speaking.
Yes.
I thought I noted a little bit of sarcasm when you were interviewing Mike earlier. I didn't realise it. It really was.
They were looking for boys and girls with ESP potential. Who could
Yeah,
read
very
minds,
well spoken,
things
isn't
like
she?
that.
She was a class act, really. She obviously fancied a bit of rough. That's where I went wrong, wasn't it?
Yeah, she maybe
Yeah,
People from the Soviet
maybe giving yourself a bit of the edge.
That's
Quality.
it.
Mike had edge, you see. I think
That's
this
right.
is,
Yeah, he had street cred. Yes.
KGB.
And were they successful, the tests?
Those glasses really
Creative
are a bit too big for her.
magnetism.
People's minds.
Oh, really?
And I wish more than anything they hadn't.
Beautiful eyes.
Big eyes.
Yes.
My class
Yes.
went on a week's camp to the Black Sea.
And lovely teeth.
Oh, dear.
Very Deirdre glasses.
They have managed to make it look very frumpish there, though.
Yeah, well, she's got baggy clothes on. She should be in tight,
Why
fit
didn't they? I mean,
jeans and
she
things.
could have been a Tomorrow person, the section.
Babe.
She should have been. That's what I'm saying. Could have had a thing going with John. I see no difference.
Never,
at all.
no.
Couldn't have been with you because you were too young.
No.
You were underneath.
But tomorrow people have sex.
You were under the age of
did they ever
consent.
come up?
Yes, it didn't come up, did it?
Didn't come up.
It did come up, but you just didn't notice it under the
That's
table.
right, yes. she said, sit on my lap. We took
Certainly
about the
came
first,
up with that,
first thing that popped up.
Well, the character of John was about, what, 18, 20? So he'd have been rampant.
No, absolutely.
Should have been, but he wasn't, was he at all?
He was just down the
Oh,
lab.
yes, he was. There were, yes, there were.
When?
When?
Well, I had a lot of responsibilities.
You'd be chatting that one up with the glasses.
That's right.
I think she's a dubious sexuality, don't you? Thank you, Miss Grimsdyke.
Yes, yes.
See, he's wearing his hero of the Soviet Union.
Meanwhile, back at the
medal there.
embassy.
At once. Da. Most helpful, most helpful.
I say da, so you know I'm Russian. Because da is yes in Russian.
Oh, where's his funny old desk?
Mamushka, Papushka, это Павла Власова, я в Лондоне, а не Нью.
She's obviously reading that as well. Very good, though. Good accent, really.
Well, she obviously her parents were. Her father was probably in the Polish Air Force or in the Royal Air Force in the war, as a lot of Poles were.
Are you from security?
Yes, you telephone.
God, he is a tall fella, isn't he?
Good heavens,
He's
yes.
a big boy, isn't he?
Where's the air? The air must have
There
been a
goes
bit
Pete, the old
rarefied.
sound engineer.
That's it.
Out the door.
Now, is this the girl that you've been looking for?
Yes, she's our papa.
Well, you're very lucky that the receptionist sent her to me. At least you can't read my mind.
I suppose this could be something like Broadcasting House, would it? Like the World Service. Is that what the idea is?
I would have thought so, Peter. Well spotted.
She wants
Microphone there, radio equipment. I mean, remarkably astute. Amazing.
I'm trying.
He's
my
making
best
good
to be-
conversation, I say. Very well
God,
done, sir.
Michael Aspel, I'm not. Who's he?
But, well, as I say, you probably never bothered to watch the programme again, did you?
No.
Did you not? Did you not watch it every week?
I did watch a few of them, but I remember the one with the socks and things like that. But
I remember your favourite record at the time was It Should Have Been Me.
it should have been me.
Ah, she's locked. Hermetically
eyes.
sealed.
Right,
Oh, she
so
was
Mike
gorgeous.
goes leaping into the rescue.
No, Mike, it was too brief. Please try and communicate with her.
Pavla, where are you?
No, your thumbs aren't together there.
To me and I'll be able to find you.
That's why your
They tricked
connection
me.
is weak.
I wanted to send a message to my parents to tell them I'm alive.
Oh, she wants to go to the loo.
Come on, Pavla. You had been very naughty girl.
And again, wardrobe department, as you say. They could have dressed her in something really quite lovely.
Yes.
Yes, but bear in mind that this is a children's programme. We're not supposed to be lusting after the after the cast.
Well, no, but, you know.
Kids half naked.
Oh.
That was a nasty punch in the
was,
chest.
wasn't it?
Yes, I don't...
My feeling is that she should have been in chains and in a skimpy outfit,
Yeah.
wallowing about in mud.
Oh.
Sorry. That's the next story. The next story.
What video was that on then?
Well, that was.
It's the next story. We haven't seen it yet.
But this is very popular with the fans.
Dubinska.
I do know that.
Yeah. What
I
one?
think they took to her as well, actually. I think,
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
Well, I think you've ruined her reputation now, Peter. True or otherwise.
We'll wait for the letters to come.
I was very well informed that she did.
No, that's called hearsay.
They're a band, aren't they?
No, they're a band. They spin up as well.
And not admissible as evidence in court when you're sued.
Darren Day's going out with one of them.
Darren Day's going out with one of what?
Hearsay.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, the blonde one. It's all out. It's all in the tabloids now. He was going to get married, wasn't he? But it's all over.
Oh, well.
He reckons he's in love, and
Well, there you go.
it's all going to
Nothing
happen.
to do with the Tomorrow People, so shut up.